So this is an optional little lesson on layout sketches. I've been promising from the beginning where I would show you where some of these numbers came from. Well, let's take a look at this assembly. It's just like the regular assembly that we put together, but this has just got the phone stand, no table. And I've got it set up where the inner part will spin around. You know, we're going to use the pegs on the outer part to stop the rotation in about the right spot. But you know, where do we come up with the numbers to get the clearance and everything so everything would work in the 3D printed version? Well, I actually came up with a layout sketch part to kind of set things up. So if we look at this, this is just a sketch. So if I click on the sketch, I can edit that sketch. So if we can imagine, this just looks like a side view of us looking at the phone stand. I've got a perpendicular relationship holding those lines together there. I'm going to delete that perpendicular relationship. And we can see the lines go from black to blue. So remember, black is fully defined, blue is underdefined, and red is bad. What I can do here is I can come in, I can drag this line around, and it lets the phone stand kind of fold up here in this 2D sketch. We can see the angle here is in gray. It's a reference dimension. So as I move this down, that number is going to update. But as I come down here, I can kind of see this line here represents, you know, kind of where the opening on the inside would go. So as this closes, I need to make sure I've got a gap here between the point at the end of the inner piece and the outer piece. I can kind of fold this up. You know, I've done a few different things. I know that I want this pivot to be the same kind of length here, so I've set up a relationship between these two dimensions where they're linked. I've got this dimension set up with an equation so that it's 0.25 shorter than this other dimension. So you know, which ones are these coming from? So it's using some of these other dimensions to maintain a gap between the components. So if we go in and we make this number bigger, say 7 inches, everything will grow because of the way that these dimensions are related to each other. Just a cool way of, you know, maybe we need a bigger version of the phone stand. Maybe we want it to hold something else up. We can come in and change this 150 to 250, and when we rebuild this, both of those numbers will update. We've got a change to where our pivot point is. So this is kind of where these initial dimensions and sizes came from. It's using this layout sketch to help us maintain really a gap and some clearance between this line, which represents kind of the inner side of the phone stand, and then the inside piece that pivots and folds up inside of it. So just an interesting little way of looking at a layout sketch.